I'll be right there.
Nerd Avengers! Broke Avengers! And visitors to the tower, what is up? I'll be right there. It's going to be a good show today. We've got some pretty cool stuff to talk about. A little bit of unfortunate news. Possible delays. Reports of Mulan making a bunch of money. Not sure if I'm buying it. So we're going to get into all of that and more today. Should be real smooth. Just like this landing I'm about to pull off. See you inside. Woo! Told you, man, that landing. Whew! Smooth as butter. Am I right? Looks like some weird clouds in the distance still. Closing in on the city. Might be a rainy day, rainy afternoon. I don't know. What's up, though? Nerd Avengers, I'm very excited for today's stream. Gonna get into some Thunderbolt news. Deep diving into the MCU. A lot of movement is happening right now for the MCU. So what this tells me is that things are getting back on track. Some things are coming out and getting spoiled. It's really interesting. We're going to break it down. It seems like Thunderbolts is a go. It also seems like Falcon and the Winter Soldier's connections to the Black Widow movie are super obvious, meaning if Black Widow is delayed, which it looks like it might be, Falcon and the Winter Soldier will be forced to be delayed as well. The connective tissue is strong. But when it comes to WandaVision, that's not the case. Seems like they're okay with WandaVision coming out in 2020. Maybe. We're going to talk about that and more. Plus, I want to know, are we getting the PS5? Are we putting PS5s all over this tower? I don't know. We're going to go into the theater. We're going to watch some videos. We're going to make that decision together. I'll probably have to get a PS5. All right, meet me in the studio. I'll see you guys in a second. Oh, hey, Bob. Bob, should you be in the basement? Yeah, no. Hey, get down there. Get your metal ass down there. Woo! Whoa! What's that? What's that gray thing? No! Chat, get the chat on there. Everybody's chatting. We want to see everybody chatting. God, I have to do everything around here. There we go. How's everybody doing today? Can you believe it's already Thursday? I can't believe it. Daddy Daycare now in session. Heard that trend. I hope you and Adam are having fun with the Daddy Daycare. I hope that's been going well for you guys. We're working on getting some memes together. Some things like that. Before we get into show notes, before we get into all the craziness out there in the nerdy world, let's say what's up. Say good morning to the people. Let's say what's up. Lord Vito in early. He'll be in and out of chat today. It's all love. Vito. Dingo Gaming's in the building. Will Bonin is here. Yova's in the building. What up, fellow Champions Club member Yova? James is in the building. Justin's here. Jordan's in the building. Adam G. Lance Colonel, Ken Cologne, the meme master's in the building. Norin Rad is here. Chris is here. Sam Shills. Patricia's in the building. Flatbush Zombies here. Travis is here. Knight1223. Mike Porter's in the building. Mike, don't get yourself banned or whatever again. Star Wars Sen is in the building. Jace Windu. Bill M is in the building. Brian O'Connor. Jeff is here. Equals MCU. Pumpkin Escobar. I like that name. David Fuller. Bashti's in the building. What up, Bashti? Jennifer Cook. So many beautiful people. Landon Dubes. Kevin's here. JT. Renee. Writes reviews. Jennifer Cook. Darth Clean. Russell. A lot of awesome people. Sorry if I missed your name. That's a lot of chat. Okay. Woo! Oh, yeah. Thursday. Can you believe it? Show notes. Show notes. Pause the music, chat. Show notes. Tonight. Lavis, help me out here. 9 p.m.? Are we on at 9 tonight? 9 p.m. tonight, I believe, for After Dark. Spicy show, ladies and gentlemen. Lavis and Al are going to take you guys for a ride tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You are going to want to be here. I'm telling you right now. I'm done talking about like drama Star Wars stuff for just a little bit at least, and I'm positive on the Mando, positive on Mando. Let's go Mando. But Al Schuler hasn't had his say yet about this Pedro Pascal news. And so, if you want to get all angry and you want to tell Al that it's all fake news and that he shouldn't get fired up about it, come by tonight. If you love it, you smell blood in the water, you love Dark Side Al, and you're feeling it, and you want to see Al Schuler shit all over Disney, come on back tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be going down. Also, tomorrow night, Bashti, help me out here. 7 p.m., I believe, is the time. 7 p.m., Bashti, Lavis, maybe other people, I'm not sure, are going to be hanging out with you guys at 7 p.m. I nailed it. Woo! 7 p.m. tomorrow night. That is for Nerd Vengers exclusively. Nerd Vengers exclusive watch party tonight. I think you guys are going to play some Among Us. And I think you're going to watch that Devil movie with Tom Holland and Batman. Now, look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Papa Josh watched that movie last night. I know. Papa Josh watched the Devil movie, and I'm going to tell you right this. I'm literally going to have a call with Bashti later today. Oh, you did too? Okay, good. Okay, so I'll have this call with Bashti, and I'm going to be like, yo, we need some disclaimers. We need to tell people what to expect. At the very least, if you have sensitivities towards certain things, man, that movie goes hard. That movie goes hard, ladies and gentlemen. So, hey, if you're into all that, check it out. I was sitting back watching that movie. I was like, what? Say what now? Okay. Holy shit. So look out for that on Friday night, guys. I think it's going to be a hell of a good time, okay? But now let's talk about some news. Okay, let's talk about some news. We're going to have plenty of time for Q&A today. I think we're going to be going for a long show. And I don't want to jinx us, but I think Adam from Fanjextra is going to stream live from the daddy daycare, and he's going to be coming in to chat with us about some stuff, okay? So it's the craziest news of the day. Yo, this news is crazy. Chad, you got it going, man. Yeah, man. I'm proud of you. That's the stinger. I wanted that. Yeah. Drop that music down a little bit. Cool. Fine. Perfect. Beautiful. Wonderful. Okay. So we're going to talk about a couple of different things, guys. Okay. It's MCU. Like, there's been a lot of MCU news going on this week. CGM show. Big supporter. Person that I'm quite fond of. Has been constantly hit. I don't know what my hair's doing today. Also, by the way, like, it's kind of bugging me out. Like, what the fuck. But CGM show hit me up, and he was really adamant that we cover a lot of the negative stuff this week. It was an unfortunate thing, but look. At the end of the day, it is what it is. If Hollywood was giving us more positive news, we'd have more positive things to talk about. But I'm going against CGM's wishes today, and we're gonna keep it positive. Hey, it's all love in Nerd Vengers Tower. Okay. New Disney Plus trailer. And hey, look, wait, let me try something. Is that scrolling for you guys? Is that scrolling for you? Do we have scrolling? Oh my God, we have scrolling. 1.5 million per episode. We're finally figuring out how to do some of this shit. Okay, cool. New Disney Plus trailer teases a 2020 release for WandaVision, a different fate for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They should drop the thes. Falcon and Winter Soldier. Nice and clean. A newly released, coming soon 2020 trailer by Disney Plus seemingly confirms both our worst fears and our fondest hopes. Damn, Charles. It's a hell of an opening sentence. Well done, sir. Among the many features and films promised to stream before the end of the year was the Marvel Studios series WandaVision, which promises to be one of the most mind-bending and ambitious MCU projects to date. That's absolutely true. I've heard a lot about that. I'm excited. Unfortunately, not seen on the video was what, without the pandy, been the first of the studio streaming series, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Okay, so here's the trailer right here. You know what? Let's give it a little play. Hey, Mando.
What is this?
Hey, fucking...
This is a story.
Other people. Hey, Charles Xavier. Hey, other people.
It's an idea. It's about chasing your dreams. And looking beyond.
Let's go on and light this candle.
That's my life.
Hey, Mando, right on.
Is this really happening?
They entertain the impossible.
Hey, Mando, let's go. Hey, Mando. Hey. Simpsons, woohoo. Mando, WandaVision. Man, that's what people are getting bonus about? All right. Okay, let's read on in the article, then we'll get it back into the chatting, and I want to just talk to you guys about this. Though it began filming prior to WandaVision, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier was unable to film in some key locations due to the pandy, and that ultimately seems to have been its undoing, apparently, pushing it back to 2021. However, WandaVision, which was much more stage-intensive shoot, that's true, might just make it for 2020, meaning we won't go without Marvel Studios content after all. Hooray! While we're all welcome to multiple... Yeah, dude. While we'd all welcome multiple MCU Studios properties in 2020, I can assure you that The Falcon and The Winter Soldier is absolutely worth the wait to make sure it's completely properly. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. That's the article. Thank you, Charles. Friend of the channel, Charles Murphy. Good guy. Let's get back into the chatting. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. I want to see. I need to know. I must know what you all think. So, do you guys think that that means that we're getting WandaVision in 2020? Do you think that's what that means? Because a lot of people said that trailer, that's what they said was the proof that we're getting WandaVision in 2020. A trailer that has WandaVision in it, and it's a shot from the old trailer. Some people said, sure, everything always made a vid with the official announcement release date by Disney, December 12th, 2020. Okay, we're let's see about that. Let's check that out. So you're telling me that an official release date has been given, December 12th. So let's see. WandaVision release date. Well, it says December 2020. Disney Plus confirms Wanda will kick off its Marvel show late 2020. Should we just watch the vid? Should we just watch a little bit of the vid? Obviously, we're big fans of everything always over here. Should we watch the vid? I don't know. What do you guys think? Yo, Mason, that's a great question. We'll get into that. If we do Black Widow December premiere movie and same week WandaVision release, Black Widow just went from November 6th to just coming soon on Disney Plus. Okay, but here's what's... Okay, that's probably true. That's probably true, Stormy. But coming soon is what they said for WandaVision. So, like, what is the deal? You know what I mean? Like the vid so you can win a PlayStation. Right on, Jordan. All right, let's watch the vid. Let's go into the theater. Come on into the den of dance theater. I was listening to some Logic. Okay, so oh, look at that. Everything always. WandaVision release date official announcement 18 hours ago. Okay.
I think consistency matters.
Okay, man.
What do you stand for?
Okay,
and it can't
man.
be bouncing around based upon what's going to get you elected.
Let's check it out. How's this look? How's this look in the theater screen? Oh, we're good. We're good. Cool. All right, here we go, guys.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, and I am so happy to report finally some good news. We are indeed getting Marvel content in 2020, and this is confirmed coming from Disney Plus in one of their brand new teaser trailers for the whole service in general. You may remember down in Latin America just a month or two ago, they released some of the same information, but it was a little bit vague. Now we know clearly in the most recent trailer that WandaVision will indeed be released in 2020, probably online for December, as it's been reported in multiple places over the last 6 months. And as we've said multiple times at the channel, this was the one that was most complete and looked to be kicking off Marvel Phase 4. If you didn't see my video earlier today, which I will link at the end of this, it does look like Marvel will be holding off on Black Widow's theatrical release, as they know just a couple more months, February, March of next year, will give them a much better chance. Higher capacity at theaters open in major markets like Los Angeles and New York.
And we're going to talk about that too, because I'll tell you this. The stories of Disney making $260 million with Mulan do not make sense if they're moving Black Widow. You guys understand this, right? If they move Black Widow, then there's no way that Disney actually made all that money with Mulan. Like, one of those things can't, both of those things can't be true at the same time.
York, and of course them trying to recover some of their box office loss this year. WandaVision makes the perfect release, and if you think about it, Mandalorian will be released in October, run week by week, taking us somewhere into the middle of November, and then you won't have to cancel your subscription. For those who already have it, WandaVision will be right around the corner, and for those who don't, there'll be a push during the holiday season, because you'll also be receiving Mulan for free if you have a Disney Plus subscription starting on December 4th. So you add WandaVision to that.
How does he
They'll
know
make
the
an
date?
awfully huge push during December, and of course for the
Date,
end of the
official
year.
announcement. Where's
This
the
will be
date?
the very first Marvel content we've gotten since Spider-Man Far From Home was released in summer of 2019. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below.
God damn,
How
dude,
happy
this
does
dude is an incredible waffler. Like, he's so good at waffling. Like, they should hire this guy to do filibusters and shit.
this news make you? And are you literally putting X's on the days on your calendar until we get this? Of course, we expect an announcement from Marvel Studios sometime soon, based on the information we reported on earlier today, a delay to
sometime
Black
soon.
Widow.
Okay.
And I said how they would soften that blow and lessen disappointment is if somehow they could make other major announcements, maybe castings, maybe trailers for WandaVision and Falcon, and even a release date at that. It looks like we might get one. Let me know all your thoughts and comments, and quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff.
Holy shit, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Where's the date in here? Is there a date beyond the, like, my video and shit? Yo, no way. Dude, is this dude really talking for the rest of this video about this fucking PS4 giveaway the day the PS5 is announced? Like, what the fuck is this? Are we serious? Are we serious? Is he talk?
We're giving away or any of the future prizes here at the channel, like DVDs and tickets. Comment on the better chance you have of winning in the sub count in the title. Click on find my original music on Spotify.
Oh my God, dude. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, so who in chat told me, and maybe I missed it, maybe it's the wrong video. Who in chat, I need to know right now, plus I need a shit ton more likes. 49 likes? The fuck out of here, guys. What am I, chopped liver? Okay, second of all, who told me in chat that he has a date in his vid? Oh, okay, what's up, Will? It's all good. I forgive you. Hey, if it was Will, I forgive you. Can we hear his original music? I think you just heard it throughout the vid, that nice little bing, 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 like whatever that thing is. Look, I just have some advice for content creators out there. Everything Always has done a nice job of being an algorithm junkie, okay? He's been a very good algorithm junkie, and I can't fault him for doing that. I mean, for fuck's sake, they made it that way. He's just playing the game, okay? But I promise you, this shit doesn't translate to an actual audience. This shit doesn't translate to a loving fan base. This shit doesn't translate into $1 billion tower with a ton of nerdvengers that are ready for fucking action at the drop of a hat. If fucking Mickey Mouse comes back, we're rolling deep, okay? So I just want to say that, like, I get it, and we do it too. We do it a little bit too, right? We're playing the game, but, like, you can't just put out shit ass, lazy ass, just whatever this is, content. You can't just do this over and over again and expect to actually create an emphatic fan base. You know what I mean? Like, that just doesn't. It's not the way to do it. Okay, it's not the way I'm do it. That's not the way to do it. Anyway. And honestly, like, it's all good, man. It's all good if you thought there was a date in there or something. I mean, like, he's such a waffler that, I mean, like, I was just watching it and I have no idea what the fuck he was talking about. Like, for real. Is this Sunday, Josh? Wait, what? What are you talking about? Is this Sunday? What are you talking about, bro? Okay, so, anyway. Let's get back to talking about this. Now, what it seems like, and this is where we're going to get to some stuff. There's some really cool stuff that I want to show you too. We're going to go back into the theater. We're going to watch some actual stuff. Okay. Now, the story here, if we are to believe this, because I got to be honest with you, I think peeps be jumping the gun on this. I see you. I see you, Commissioner Gordon. WandaVision should be the 25th because it's 8 weeks after Mando. I totally get that. That's cool. That's cool. I get it. But here's the deal. So I don't even know if we're getting WandaVision this year. And if we do, and it's in December, and they give us like one episode, and then we keep going into January, is it technically come out in 2020? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's the dealio, man? I think the truth is this. I think WandaVision is apparently incredible. Okay, so let's just get that right out of the way. WandaVision is, by everything I've heard, incredible. It's incredible. And weird. Two things I really like. Incredible and weird. I'm into it. But it also seems like it's not really connected to a lot of different things in the MCU. Originally, it was like going to lead right into Doctor Strange 2, and then they changed it, dude. And there's a lot of Marvel changes going on behind the scenes in 2020. There were actually a lot of changes going on even middle to late last year with the MCU. A lot of things shifting around. Okay? A lot of things shifting around. So, it appears that WandaVision is not as connected or doesn't spoil as much that Black Widow does. And a lot of the theories and the things that we were talking about in like late last year or early this year as far as Black Widow likely has spoilers, really the spoilers of the Thunderbolts, the connections of the super soldier serum throughout the MCU's past, which does connect to Natasha, and it does connect to the Red Guardian, etc., etc. Probably connects to Ross. We see Ross in the Black Widow trailer. So the worst kept secret. Let me spell this out for you. The worst kept secret in the MCU, and that is that Black Widow is going to directly tie into Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that Falcon and the Winter Soldier is going to deal with Thunderbolts and setting that up. That's why they don't want to release Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They don't want to spoil things for Black Widow. And if they do move Black Widow out of that December date or November date, it won't come out until first quarter next year. Okay? So it kind of seems like that's the play. And beyond even that, let's get back into the theater. I want to show you guys some stuff, okay? So let's get back in. Come on back in. Come. How does this look on the screen? Horrible. Cool. Maybe this is better. No, that's not it. Maybe this is better. It's a little bit better. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta size this up. I gotta size this up. Good enough. Okay. So, we're going to talk about this article from Charles Murphy. Oh, Jesus. We're going to talk about this, and I want to read from the article and talk about it a little bit. Exclusive scene details from The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. See what all this is about. Last week provided exciting images of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier as they resumed filming in Atlanta. And this week, it was revealed that George St. Pierre will return to the Marvel Universe as Batroc the Leaper in the Disney Plus series. Yeah, that is some cool shit that kind of slid under the radar for a lot of people. But yeah, it's more or less confirmed that George is coming back, and he's filming probably scenes in Madripoor. Oh, you know what I mean? And Madripoor is going to have like some villains and some other. What that means too is it also corroborates an old leak about Omega Red being in the show as well. Okay, very cool stuff. This week, we have an exclusive account from Reddit user and Marvel fan Splendidaddy12, who watched as St. Pierre filmed a scene with Desmond Cham and Aaron Kellerman in an Atlanta park on Tuesday, September 14th, 100% confirming Kellerman's role in the series. According to the witness, George was filming in a park, standing with Desmond by a bench, while Aaron sat between them on the bench, and the bench with her feet on the seat. He could not hear any dialogue, but said that Aaron's character used some kind of power, unclear how, to impress the two. The power involved extras near them in a field stopping simultaneously, looking at their phones, looking up, and all walking towards them in a group as if they were in a trance. It's unclear how exactly Aaron's character used this power. She didn't seem to have a phone out in the scene, and a whistle of some kind is what signaled the extras to react this way. It was remarked that Desmond and George seemed surprised by this, whereas Aaron seemed to play it cool. George and Desmond were dressed as they were dressed in the pictures posted by Just Jared that day. Aaron had on neutral colors, probably similar to how Desmond was dressed. While we still have not completely confirmed who either Cham or Kellerman are playing in the series, it is clear that they are both meant to be up to no good and causing troubles for our heroes, Sam and Bucky. Interestingly, the mind control aspect of Aaron's character's powers seems to support the idea that she is in fact playing Melissa Gold, aka Screaming Minnie of the Grapplers, aka Songbird of the Thunderbolts. Something Charles Murphy has written about a few times before. Yep, see the links. We've talked about those. Only time will tell if Aaron and Desmond are really playing and what they're up to. Have fun debating this in the meanwhile. Okay, so yet again, more signs that Thunderbolts and things like that are coming. This Songbird article. Let's check this out. I remember this. This was like way back, right? Huh. Yeah. Interesting. But what's more, it does seem to suggest that the Thunderbolts are going to be a very big part of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, set up in Black Widow. But it appears as though Disney needs to wait on the Widow. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. Let's do a little chatting about this. Let's do a little chatting about this. I know you guys have some thoughts, and I haven't been reading the chat steady. So let's get into this. What are you guys thinking? I know there's a lot of thoughts about what's going on. So hit me with your thoughts. Hit me with what you're thinking, and we'll go from there. See if there's anything else I wanted to show you guys, actually.
Ready? Look, who's cracking her neck.
She ready to box. This is the Thunderbolts 2, people think. By the way, some of these guys that were filming here, they got paid out by Marvel. Marvel like found these people and they were like, hey, let's make a deal. Stop recording. And they did it. Hit me with your best shot. Bro, I'm sorry, but Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan's bromance is freaking amazing. Dude, it really is. It's, I mean, CGM, look, I know you've been really on the negative stuff lately, but, dude, this is my most anticipated Disney Plus show. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, well, maybe not most anticipated because, like, Moon Knight's pretty fucking high up there for me, but I'm really looking forward to this, dude. It scratches all my itches. I'm very excited for it, okay? So, yeah, I'm with you on that. If they've already made $270 million in the U.S. domestic, then there's money to be made for Slack Widow, too. Oh, I love that. Slack Widow. That's pretty funny. So, Black Widow would easily double Mulan's numbers on Disney+. I agree, Stormy. I agree. Okay, I just want to know, chat, I need to know right now, do you believe that Disney actually made that amount of money with Mulan? Tell me right now, yes or no. Do you believe that Disney made that money on Mulan? Is this a 5 o'clock free Marvel giveaway? Is it? Damn, dog. Look at all this no. Look at all this no, no, no. Why would they lie about it? Why would they lie about it? Come on, Stormy. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Damn. Look at all this negativity. Now, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. I strongly believe, this is just me personally, I strongly believe. Yeah, please, post a link to the article. It's like, what, Yahoo Finance or some shit, right? Did you look at the article? It's like Yahoo Finance, right? I took a peek. Modelos are strong, for sure. Think about this, guys. I strongly believe that if that kind of stuff was happening, Disney would be talking about it. Santa says, it didn't come from Disney. It came from third-party guesstimates. Yeah. Yeah. I can look at the article right now. Let's see. Mulan make money. Let's just see. Mulan has a lackluster. Disney wanted to make a splash. It stumbled. Disney Plus strategy work. Here's one honcho says, will Mulan make money? Blah, 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 blah. All right, let's see here. Let's do 270 million. 270 million. Maybe. Okay, here's a report. 11 hours ago. The Walt Disney Co. calculated for a premium VOD distribution for the original movie Mulan reportedly has been a fiscal home run. Really? Okay. Yahoo Finance, citing data from 7Park Data, contends the movie has been purchased by 9 million Disney Plus subscribers for $29.99 through September 12th. That tally would suggest $200 million budget movie, which was released on September 4th, has generated an impressive $270 million in direct-to-consumer revenue. Let's see what Yahoo Finance actually said about this. Oh, Jesus, look at the stock market today. Yikes. Disney took a calculated risk releasing its live-action Mulan remake on streaming service Disney Plus, which new data suggests is paying off, according to exclusive figures provided by the analytics research firm. And I want to know more about this, so let's open that up in a separate tab. Nearly 29% of U.S. households that subscribe to Disney Plus purchased the Mulan film through September 12th, far surpassing other popular and free titles on the platform. Okay. During the company's latest earnings report, Disney said that the streaming platform has amassed over 60 million global subscribers, assuming that U.S. households make up 50% of that total base. Okay, so there's a lot of assuming going on in here. Furthermore, Sensor Tower, an app download research firm, told Yahoo Finance that downloads of Disney Plus spiked 68% from Friday, September 4th through Saturday. Yeah, this is all... Okay. And let's see. I want to know about 7Park Data. I don't know, guys. Look, here's a couple of things. A couple of different things here. There is no way, as far as I know, and I could be wrong, but there's no way that any analytics company other than ones hired directly by Disney and likely signed NDAs that they cannot provide that data. I think there's a 0% chance of any analytics company getting this data. So right off the bat, I'll just say that my brain, and again, I'm just a below average IQ dummy talking to you on a microphone, right? So let's keep it all in context here. But I see no fucking way that any analytics company, would have access to that data unless Disney gave them the data. What about BRT? If it made this money, they would move it to Disney Plus right now. What are you talking about? What's BRT? What are you talking about? Trev, if you type at the end of the sentence, more people would notice. Just saying. I don't know what you guys are getting into with that. Stormy says people are really negative these days. What do you mean? I mean, first of all, you're right. People are really negative these days. But you know what? This is what I find kind of funny about this. Because, like, I read, like, for real, CGM posted a comment yesterday that had me just, like, literally, I just burst out laughing. Because, like, he said something to the effect of, like, you've been, ever since the VROS, you've been unnecessarily negative. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what? In literally the worst year of my life and the lives of many people on the planet, I've been negative? Unnecessarily so. Oh, okay. Buddy. So I get it, but you have to expect some negativity, dude. The whole world is falling apart and we're being too negative? Fuck out of here, dude. For real. We're being too negative. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. If this is the worst year of your life, I'd say you have it pretty good. Oh my God, what a predictable Trinity boomer ass thing to say. Oh my God, Trin. That is just classic Trinity. Classic Trinity. Well done, sir. Well done. Disney came out and said that Mulan wasn't a test. Lies. I agree with you. Now they have to come up with the strategy to release Black Widow and eat a bit of crow. So here's the thing. Like, maybe, am I the only one that thinks this way? Here's the thing. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks this way. But if it really made that money, there's no way they move Black Widow. Like, am I wrong? Like, in what universe do they delay Black Widow if they really made that money on Disney Plus? You know what? I'm going to do something special. Trev, are you able to jump on a voice chat with me? I'm going to give you a chance to explain yourself live on stream if you're okay with it. And if not, it's no big deal. But are you able to chat? Okay, cool. Let's get Trev on the line. I need the counterpoint. I need someone that disagrees with me to explain this. And hey, man, maybe Trev is onto something. All right, bro. I'm giving you a voice call if you can. It's on Discord. Oh, wow. Look at how horrible this article is cropped for you guys. Sorry about that. Trev! You're muted.
Yeah, man, I'm here.
Okay. Oh, shit. Sorry. Go ahead. I might have to adjust. Go ahead. Give me a little audio.
Hey.
It sounds a little echoey.
I'm in a big kitchen. I don't have, I'm at work, but I can talk for about 5 or 10 minutes here.
All right, cool. Hit me. What are your thoughts? Why would they move Black Widow if they made that money? Go ahead.
Well, look, if Mulan made $270 million in 2 weekends,
yeah.
let's say, and they decided to move Black Widow, why would they keep Black Widow in theaters? Like, there's no point in keeping it in theaters. They might as well, if they're going to move it, they might as well move it to Disney Plus. Because if, like you said, if Black Widow is going to make, say, double what Mulan made, or let's conservatively say 25 to 50% more than Mulan.
Right.
That's making like an extra, that's like $350 million in 2 weekends, right?
Yeah. So, okay, let's just stop right here because I think this is actually a really interesting and important point, and it could explain why we weren't on the same page. So Mulan was released in theaters and on Disney Plus, right?
Yes, but it's made $270 million via Disney Plus.
Yes.
Not via theaters. Via Disney Plus, it's made $270 million from the US subscription base based on that estimate of 50% users.
Yeah.
Or 50% of the Disney Plus.
Right.
Go ahead.
So maybe more of a correct way to say it would be, if they really made that money, I would just release it on digital. Like, I don't see why they would, unless I think what you're saying is if they delay to next year, they're hoping the box office take will far surpass even what Mulan was able to do directly on Disney Plus, right?
Well, maybe, but I'm saying if let's say that they delay Black Widow because they don't want it to overlap with Mulan, if they release it on Disney Plus, right?
Wait, I'm sorry. Say that.
You understand? Like, why even release Black Widow in theaters? Period.
Yeah,
unless they absolutely have to.
Yeah,
unless they contractually they have to, maybe. But you know what I mean? Like, it's.
Well, the only reason is money. They're just holding out for a bigger box office take, right? So here's what I'm saying. Like, if they move, this is where my thesis is. If they move Mulan, what that means is both the digital sales or Mulan. If they move Black Widow, that means to me both the digital sales of Mulan and what they see in the theatrical box office around the world both suck. They're what they want to do is maximize profit, okay?
Yeah, they want as many revenue streams as possible. I get it.
that's not the same thing. They want to maximize profit, okay? So if they think that moving Black Widow assures them more money, it indicates to me that the money they made from Mulan was not satisfactory. It didn't warrant a similar strategy during a holiday season with one of their biggest IPs. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's what, let's see, the original release date for Black Widow, as far as we know still, is November 6th, right?
Yes.
So that's not necessarily the holiday that runs into the holiday season, but that's not releasing in the holiday season. That's like when Coco was released, for example, I think around that time, right? Like a similar movie or something, not a similar 4-quadrant movie.
Yeah.
That was released around.
What's the point?
I'm just saying, like, that's not, like, if it's going to be like I'm saying if they're going to move Black Widow,
yeah,
they're going to move it to, if Mulan made this much money, they're definitely going to move Black Widow. Again, this is all based on this article though, right? So if it made that much money, they're definitely going to move Black Widow to that.
So you're saying, so this is kind of interesting. So you're saying that you think that even that 270 is not enough.
I'm saying that 270 is huge.
Okay,
that
I'm really confused by. I'm really
Plus?
just confused by your entire argument. So what are you saying? Can you just take me through it again? So you think at the same time that the Mulan take was great, but Disney's not going to just turn around and do the same thing with Black Widow, which could arguably make more money.
I think they will, but then
like why?
But if they will, because they're not going to have Black Widow overlap with Mulan's 3-month window on Disney Plus premiere, right? They probably only want to have one premiere movie at a time, would be my guess.
But you're talking about like being at the tail end of Mulan's. I mean, like it's diminishing returns. Like I don't think they really expect a ton of sales in that last month or in like the last weeks of.
But still, would you have it compete at the same time? Like I would think they would release a premiere movie.
Yeah,
quarterly probably, right?
I mean, like I see the thread of like where you're going, but it still doesn't really like explain. Like I just don't understand your point. Like, what's your point? So,
my point is, if Mulan made this much money, that why wouldn't they move Black Widow to the streaming and forget about the theatrical date of November 6th? And if they're going to move it to streaming, like you said, if they're going to move it to streaming and have it be streaming in, let's say, the first quarter of 2021, have it coincide the box office coincide with the streaming or just a little bit before, right?
Yeah.
And so they don't, and because my thinking is they don't want it to overlap with Mulan's like 3 months.
I mean, like, I don't know, man. I guess I can see where you're coming from, but it seems like a really weak argument to me. Number one, it's just weird that like you first of all you believe the 270 number. You also agree that that's great. Then why wouldn't they just on November 6th do the same thing they did with Mulan, and that is open it up for a theatrical and a digital? What I'm telling you is the fact that they aren't going to do that and the fact that they're moving Black Widow means to me that they didn't make that 270 mil. Or if they did make the 270 mil, they have analysts and very smart people that are still telling them that's not enough. That's not good enough, and it doesn't warrant the damage you'll do to the overall gross. They're moving it because both the theatrical take and the digital take are unsatisfactory. And they probably, to your point, can't figure out how to make both of them work together, right?
Yeah. But I'm saying let's say we're going with this number that 270 million, which could be off by several tens of millions.
Yeah.
Like even if that 29% of US subscribers is accurate as well, right? Like it's all just based on this article. So
yeah.
But 270 million direct to Disney in 2 weekends is the equivalent of what? Let's say 400 million in 2 weekends.
Sure. Yeah. From box office. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the equivalent of right? So to me, that's a huge number.
Yes,
that's a huge number. That's so if Disney's analysts are telling them that's not a huge number,
right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't understand why they like to me it makes sense to me to just make Black Widow the next one in line.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. If the number is real and if the number is good, then yeah, I agree with you. I think what I'm saying is the fact that they're not doing that indicates that this data is either false or still considered not good enough. You know what I mean?
I hear you, but like you said, or the data, like you said, because the Yahoo article makes a big leap by saying 50% of the subscribers for Disney Plus is U.S. based. Like
Yeah, I mean, they make a ton of leaps.
It could be 30%. It could be
downloads going up 64% does not necessarily indicate shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of leaping in that article, and like I'm just saying,
people sharing accounts as well. Tons of people could be sharing accounts as well.
For sure. And like I don't know, man. Like I'm just saying that like if Mulan crushed it, then it would be a no-brainer. They would not move Black Widow. They would put Black Widow out on digital because, Trev, it's not so much just the money for Black Widow. It's the entirety of the MCU and their cash flow moving forward, right? So they might have...
They want as much exposure as they can to keep the money going, right?
Well, yes, but they also have an infrastructure that was created in an old world in which they thought they could just bank on all of these numbers. So, like, meaning Falcon and the Winter Soldier might be ready to go, okay? It was promised to us... You know, and I understand the pandy and all that, but what I'm saying is like they are delaying not just Black Widow, but a ton of other things, including maybe Eternals, including maybe like all of these other things, and that is a lot of bad liability. They wouldn't be doing that unless they saw in the numbers for Mulan that they have to. That's my thing. Like the proof is in the pudding. Like you don't need to know the data, you just need to understand the motivations of the company and watch what they do. Now, if they turn around tomorrow and say Black Widow's coming out digital on November 6th, then I'll be like, yeah, that number's probably real. It could even be higher. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, but what if they turn around and say it's coming out digitally December 6th? December, like the first three, right after the 3-month window of Mulan is done?
Yeah.
It's coming out that Friday.
Yeah, then I'd be like, damn, those Mulan numbers must look really good. Yeah.
Like so by all accounts, they're saying if it's going to be delayed again, if they're saying it's delayed again, and that's the date, or let's say it's the first quarter, or let's say they released it within Disney Plus, say within 3 or 4 months from now, kind of thing, like beginning of January, beginning of December.
Yeah,
I think that's saying Mulan's a success on the thing, but we'll have to wait and see, kind of thing, whether they announce something like that or they just announce another theatrical date. And if they put Black Widow on premiere, what does that mean for, obviously then the dominoes start falling? What does that mean for Eternals? What does that mean for Doctor Strange? What does that mean for?
Yeah. No, I get you. I get what you're saying. I still think your logic's pretty terrible.
I think it makes perfectly logical sense.
Before I let you go, talk to me about your boy. Talk to me about your boy Jeff Johns. Are you finally turning on him? What's your take about the Ray Fisher stuff? Come on. This is your chance.
Listen, I need, like, he's announcing things, and WB/AT&T are putting out fires. Like I said to you in your comment there. Like,
yeah, I saw it. Yeah, and it's fair.
Like,
yeah,
they're putting out. They're squashing fires probably because like maybe they just want to settle with him. Who knows? Like this is obviously every time he's doing this, it's bad publicity for them, regardless of whether he's right, wrong, or whatever. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like whether he's right or he's wrong. I'm sure WB just doesn't want him bringing this shit up all the time.
Yes.
Right. So they just want it to be over, which means go to court, settle with him, whatever, pay him money. He'll probably never work for WB again. But
you might be surprised.
Well, I haven't read anything today, but like you never know what happens. Like, or maybe that could be part of the settlement. You'll never know. But
yeah, so I think the thing is Ray wants them to take legal action. He's actually trying to bait them into trying to take legal action because he wants these things to be put out publicly through like discovery, right? So So he's actually like playing this game where he actually doesn't want. He is not taking legal action right now. And part of the reason is because if he does, he may be forced to be silent, right?
Yeah,
because of the
because it's going through a court case, because it's going through the courts and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I get that. But just like, to me, whether Jeff, I don't know what Jeff Johns did, if he casually said, this is your future on the line or whatever he said to him. But the thing is that Ray said that he threatened his future working with.
Yeah, veiled threats to his career.
Future in the industry, right?
Veiled threats.
Threatened his future in the industry. Like, so I don't even know.
Look, just tell us the
Like,
truth.
what-
As
what-
long as Three Jokers is really good, you don't care. Just tell us the truth. You're in a safe place.
Well, he's not directly working for them anymore, right? He runs his own. He's just like they contract all of his work out, right? But all of his work, the WB is like AT&T is using, and they're going to use for years. Like his Green Lantern run, all of his runs are like thematically what makes up all the DC movies right now. Shazam,
Yeah.
Aquaman, Wonder Woman.
Yeah. No, I get what
It's
you're
all
saying.
It's all Jeff Johns.
Look,
and like Stargirl is directly his Stargirl. The TV show is directly his creation.
I know. Yeah. No, it's a tough spot for them.
Regardless
obviously.
of whether if they get rid of Jeff Johns, they're still going to have to pay Jeff Johns for another decade or two. Like it's going to be
or his estate or something. You know. Yeah. No. I get what you're saying, but yeah.
like, so to them, I'm sure he's genius level writing comic books and writing stories, but
really
maybe he's an asshole when he wants things to get done. Like he wants look, do this or you're gonna be fired. You're never gonna work here again. Whatever. Like it's like I understand. Like it's probably something if he did that, 100% he shouldn't have done that. But like he's still creatively he's the best person working for them almost right now.
Yeah.
Or in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
The most
No, I get what you're
consistent
saying.
creatively.
Yeah. All right, man. I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for popping in here. Thanks for speaking your mind, and we all love you except for the people that hate you. So.
Right. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, brother.
Butthole's gonna be buttholes, right?
Butthole's gonna butthole. Trust me, I know.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, peace out, brother.
Bye.
Ah, man, that was fun. I want to start trying to do that more too. That was a little bit of an experiment where like something happens like this or we get into a discussion and I'm literally like, let's just talk about it. Let's just bring somebody on and talk about it. You know what I mean? So let me know if you guys think about that. I mean, I think I see where Trev was going with that. I mean, I think I see what he's saying. To me though, it still just doesn't make sense. Like if it's making buku bucks, especially when you juxtapose that against the potential problems that the delays cause, like, oh, we got to recalibrate this whole slate, et cetera, they were basically, I think, looking at the data of Mulan and trying to be like, okay, so unless this is really, really bad, we're going to do the same thing for Black Widow. That's literally where I think, and I don't know, right? But that's just what I'm speculating. And so the fact that they may move that movie indicates to me that, like, Mulan ain't doing well. And by the way, I see no scenario. I just can't imagine that Mulan is actually doing well, considering the controversy, considering that it's banned to even be discussed in China, and all down the line, man. I think that I think it's been a borderline nightmare for them. You know what I mean? But I get it. Josh, are you going to answer some of the questions in chat? Yes. Josh, here's the real question. Is Marvel hurting themselves by releasing Black Widow on Disney Plus? Or are they better off not releasing something in 2020 and hold off until 2021? Okay. Renee, thank you for the question. Appreciate. Here's my thoughts on this. I think that they have a bevy of great content, and I think the MCU can bank on the fact that they have this incredible content and they have this incredible continuity, and it's going to go to a really good place. But I think they did serious damage by delaying Black Widow the way that they did. Now, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. They fucked up with Black Widow. They should have released it on digital right after everybody got their Trump dollars at the beginning of the pandy. They should have just done it. I know they probably had people telling them not to. I know there were projections and forecasts of this year going very differently. I understand it, but hindsight's 2020. If they would have just released it on digital back then, when everybody had money, when everybody thought that the pandy was just going to be over in a couple of months, et cetera, they would have made an insane amount of money. I now feel that their chances of making that same amount of money digitally have been severely diminished. I think that economic problems are going to start really closing in on your average American household. I think that people are going to look at a $30 purchase of Black Widow very differently, especially when they know they can eventually get it for free and when they know that it's not a very significant piece of the puzzle. It's a Black Widow movie. You know, like, let's just be real. So is Marvel hurting themselves by releasing Black Widow on Disney Plus, or are they better off not releasing something in 2020 and holding off? I don't know, Renee, and I think that is the question. But I think that my personal take is they screwed up, and now it is a thing, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday, now it is a thing that I think the studios are really hurting some of the long-term brand loyalty from fans, because it's super clear that they don't actually care about, like, the fans don't care. Like, let's just be real. Fans don't fucking care if Black Widow makes money or not. We don't, dude. We don't. We just want to watch it. And so it's a hard sell to fans that, oh, I know you've been having a rough year. I know you've been really looking forward to this content, but we, this big corporation, can't make money, and so we're going to force you to wait. I think that causes legitimate problems. Some people disagree. I think it causes legitimate problems. Kendall coming in hot with the super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One thing we are forgetting is how important the continuity is to people's fear of missing out. Mulan didn't have that. Very good point, Kendall. Very good point. But Black Widow, even though we just talked about the reason that they're delaying it because it has, you know, tie-ins to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it seems as though Marvel is so hell-bent on keeping those spoilers from coming out that they're not willing to fully share the significance of Black Widow. Now, it's kind of caked in with the Marvel brand, but it's still a Black Widow movie, dude. You know what I mean? So, like, I get what you're saying, but I think that it's just a really tough spot because it is a Black Widow movie. Black Widow will be a bigger deal than you think it is. I mean, damn thing was trending high until the Rona. I don't know about that CGM show. If you look at the views of the second trailer for Black Widow, they're abysmally bad, especially compared to other MCU things. Black Widow was actually trending in a negative direction before the pandy. So, yeah. Did I miss Brian's super chat? I probably did. Let me see. Brian Boofka. Sorry, Brian. Missed that. Trev could be right, and everything is delayed, so there is no overlap. So, I get that point. I do. But do you really think Disney would, like, move a date again and move the strat completely just to not compete with the, at that point, the diminishing returns of Mulan purchases, especially because it says on the goddamn screen, and maybe they'll change this, but it used to say on the screen that it will be available for free. And what that's going to translate to at that last month, and that November month is, yo, this shit's going to be free next week. You want to pay $30 for it now? And I just don't understand how that is enough to warrant a move because you don't want overlaps. Like, what? I don't know. To me, that doesn't make sense. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. This is why we have these conversations. Lav is coming in hot with the super chat. Says, I feel Disney is going to throw their lesser IPs out first. Well, they did, actually. They did some New Mutants action, etc., etc. And save their heavier hits for if they get desperate when movies don't open all the way. Interesting. Interesting take, man. And I'm sure you and Al will be going at this a little bit more tonight as well. I feel Disney is going to throw their lesser IPs out first. They've been sort of using the Fox IPs as a testing ground in a lot of ways, I feel. And save their heavier hits for if they get desperate when movies don't open all the way. Interesting. That's true, too. Marvel Studios has to acquiesce to Papa Disney. Mulan was Disney Studios. Maybe some butting of heads in these studios. That's possible. Certainly possible. So $30 or $60 in a down economy? I'm sorry, I must be missing some context there. The FOMO will drive Black Widow's success. Man. I feel like that FOMO would have driven it way more earlier in the year. Black Widow still has a chance to do good numbers, but if they did it earlier in the summer, they probably wouldn't have even noticed it was releasing during the pandy. Yeah, it's possible. Only thing I'm hyped for is a Red Hulk tease. Ross keeps popping up, and in photos he looks weak and with the crane. Maybe SS Serum, Gamma, and Extremis. Yeah, man. I'm into that. I am into that. Adam says, I feel like they've already said they will only have one premium VOD at a time. So, yeah, that means no overlap no matter what. Okay, if they said that, then maybe that is it. Tell Cap Scotty Summers sucks. Watch After Dark, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to find out why shots are being fired. God damn! God damn, Lavis! God damn! Cap, you gonna let him just do that to you, bro? You gonna let them just do that to you? Trump says he will release Black Widow if you vote for him. Interesting strategy. Josh, they gave Mulan the coming soon tag before they confirmed in their investment call that it was going to Disney Plus in late August. The next call is in October. Maybe they're announcing it there. Hey, it's possible. Are we all going to make it to at least see Secret Wars? I really hope so. I really hope so. I really hope so. Feige was just talking about the Eternals. Let me guess. He said it's probably not that decent. It'll be okay, but Marvel fans probably won't be that into it. I'm going to go ahead and guess that's what Feige said, right? What just happened at Phase 4? I just got here, Commando Rex. So here, let me explain. Let me break it down for you, Commando. Black Widow likely moving. Falcon and the Winter Soldier likely moving because Black Widow's moving, showing that there is a connection between the two, likely Thunderbolts, likely teases like that. WandaVision seemingly will drop later this year. WandaVision seemingly not that connected to other series, showing that the plan, as we've been discussing for almost the whole year here, is that the Thunderbolts and the connections between the Thunderbolts, the Super Soldier Serum, and possibly even things like the X-Men and Mutants is a big, big deal being set up in Black Widow, in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We're all very excited for it, but we're kind of trying to figure out when we're going to see it. So hopefully that's a nice TLDR, Commando. I like the idea of both, theaters and home access at the same time. Yeah. Yeah. Disney investor call. Remember that Mulan wasn't an experiment thing. Yeah, well, Black Widow coming to PO. Yeah. Feige chilling with Olivia Wilde. I know, right? I'm trying to figure that shit out, too. Why is Olivia Wilde got Kevin Feige's name in her mouth? Like, for real. Why? Olivia, just tell us. Tell us. Tell us what's going on. Trust me, Disney is greedy and wants to wait for theaters to open back up and straight to VOD at the same time to maximize profits, for sure. Josh, is it possible to be depressed over no MCU? 100%, dude. It's 100% possible. I know it's just like a goofy, nerdy thing, but the truth is, man, so is football, right? Football is just this weird, goofy thing that people like love, and for whatever reason, they love it, and they get really, really into it. And if their team's doing badly, it can affect them. If their team is going through some drama, it can affect them. If the season was delayed or wasn't happening, it can affect them. 100%. We, as whatever the fuck we are, we enjoy things in this world, man. We're all here because we enjoy nerdy things. You know, we enjoy the MCU. We enjoy Marvel. We enjoy Star Wars. We enjoy DC. We enjoy these things. And so, yeah, it can actually really affect people. And this is another thing, too. You know, I'm actually really glad that you brought that question up. I'm really happy that you asked that question. And I'm going to get Adam from Fanjecture, hopefully, on the stream in just a little bit. And I want to talk to him about this, too, because Adam knows things. So, it's funny you say that, because what I think is the studios are underestimating that, like, in a normal world, like, what am I saying? I keep saying that if they continue to delay things because they can't make enough money, and that is flying in the face of fans that are going through one hell of a year. one hell of a year. I mean, you know, if you ask Trinity, it's all gravy. But for most of us normal people, love you, Trin. For most of us normal people, 2020 has been a hell of a year. Okay? So the fans are not in the best place. Fans are already fanatics, crazy. They do crazy things. They already blow things up. They already retweet too much. They're on social media way too much. And all of that stuff has gotten worse. Their lives have gotten worse. The tension has gotten worse. The depression has gotten worse. The addictive social media has gotten worse. And so you're talking about a populace of people that are not in the best mental place. And if you think that people won't hold it against you as a company for holding back your assets because you can't make the money you want to make, meanwhile, people could really fucking use Black Widow, dude. We could really use some Black Widow stuff to talk about. We could really use Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We could really use WandaVision. 100%. Escapism has never been more necessary and important. And if you think that people are just going to sit by and be like, well, I understand because these executives need to pay for those 5 cars. Of course that makes sense, as I'm depending on the government now for my own survival. Of course I'm empathetic to the Hollywood people that need their La Casas taken care of. So let's get Adam from Fanjection on the line, because he'll probably disagree with me. And that's kind of entertaining, right? Make sure he's good to go. Beautiful. Okay, let's give him a call. I'm just doing voice, Adam, just so you know. And we'll open it up like this.
Yo.
Yo, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so first of all, I've missed you. Why don't we, you never call, you never write. I know that Daddy Daycare thing is going very well for you, and I'm happy for you. But
Thanks.
yeah, man, you gotta pop into the tower every once in a while. You know, we miss you over here.
I know. I'm waiting for some good lunch specials over there. I got my my swipe card. I'm trying to come in, get some good food.
Yeah, man, we're working on it. We're working on it. It's a process over here. A lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
This is super awkward for a second. I need to go fill up my coffee, and I don't want to miss your take on the whole Mulan thing. I feel like there's a lot we could talk about. So give me just 2 seconds. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right, everybody, ready for the most awkward 2 minutes of your life? Here we go. Be right back.
Okay. Awesome. This is great. Hold on. Let's wait till his headphones are off. All right. We got to pick a emoji to swamp when he gets back. All right. What do you guys want to do? I don't know. You guys want to do Nerd Rage? You want to flood Nerd Rage when he gets back? I think that could be a good one. This guy's really gotta like fix his emojis. Like, Nerd
That's
Rage.
True,
there you go.
True. Definitely.
Oh, you're back. The damn delay.
Definitely need to work on those emojis. You're absolutely right. We'll get it going. So, man, you and I haven't talked about a lot of this stuff. I mean, we've been talking a little bit in Discord chat, like back and forth, but we haven't had like a combo. So, first of all,
No, we actually haven't. No.
yeah. I mean, what do you make of? I mean, I guess what I want to talk about is just kind of Hollywood and how I feel like they're in a very tough spot, but they're also, I think, approaching it the wrong way from like a branding perspective. But I assume you might have a different opinion on this, and we can start anywhere. I mean, we can talk about the thing with Trev if you want.
Yeah, okay, we could talk Mulan. We could talk Mulan because honestly, I don't think we ever talked Mulan. I think
no, I don't think we did. Yeah.
So I think the last time we talked, I said that it needed I said if they hit 30% of all of their subscribers, obviously that would be a smash runaway hit.
Yeah.
Now I know the reports, the data reports right now is 29%, but obviously like you cover, that's 29% of US households. So we're not really sure what foreign or non-US households are.
Yeah.
So like, so here's the thing.
I know. I see all the rage emojis, Jace. I see them. Jeez. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. So here's the thing. On its surface, right? The idea that 50% of the total base is probably US. Okay, I think that's a safe assumption, especially from especially from a data company that is pretty damn reliable. And 50% sounds about right. Now, obviously, we don't have an exact number, but so we're sort of. I know that you were like, well, it's just estimations. It is estimations and full.
So why do you think that data company? What you just said something about how they're like really reliable or whatever. Do you know something about this data company that I don't know?
Well, I've heard of them before because they were the ones that came out with the data about Hamilton, and everyone trusted that. Then no one complained about that, and Disney sort of ran with that as well. So
okay, interesting. I'll look into that. Yeah.
So and look, it's trusted by Yahoo Finance, and I don't know about. I'm sure I'm sure you trust Yahoo Finance. I mean, they're pretty on the ball with their stuff as well. I know you're tapped into the finance world as well. So look, they're estimating 9 million U.S. households did it at $30 a pop, which gets to around $260 for 2 weekends.
Yeah.
So on its surface, that sounds absolutely incredible. You can't take that away, right? If that was a theater, if they made $260 in 2 weekends in theaters, that would be unbelievable.
Well, to Trev's point too, because it's direct money, that would mean they actually doubled that in the box office. And
sure.
I do think that's a good point. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but I feel like we're not getting a lot of information about like Disney backing these numbers or anything, because the idea of what's happening could fall off a cliff like the next week. I think what they're trying to do, and they're trying to see, is if these kind of things are super front loaded and how quickly it falls off, because 260 is great. But normally when in box office releases, your take, diminishes about 50% each weekend, and then eventually it goes down slow down. So, but I'll be honest, I don't think that's happening in this case. I think in this case, you got about 2 weekends for people to buy it in general, and then it's going to just fall off. Because with this, unlike in a movie theater, the longer you wait, the closer you are to getting it for free. Right. And you did mention that. So there is a breaking point where like people are just going to be like, you know what, I'll just wait a month and do it. So I think these are going to be super front heavy. It's great numbers, but I think part of the trepidation is what's it going to be, and to tie this into Black Widow, I actually do think they're going to release it on Disney Plus, but I think they're waiting to see what is the real intake for Mulan, what is the fall off, what's the cliff like, and I think I truly believe that they're reevaluating this $30. I think $30 is too high, and I think the market has shown us that $30 is too high.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually. Yeah.
So I think it's sort of a less is more kind of thing. Yeah, you'll make less money,
but on
each
volume,
individual household.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to drop it to 20.
So I like a lot of things that you said, and I think that you're probably on. I think maybe where we might disagree, or maybe we can just kind of get into this, is that, like, from my perspective, what I am seeing though is kind of like it seems like they're scrambling to try to maximize profits, when I think more or less they need to understand that a lot of the old models that they were working with are just done, right? And so I think they're potentially doing brand damage by worrying about short-term profitability, and they're not understanding that, like, right now is the time to actually go super consumer based and to really, really show consumers that you really care about them, right? So, like, an interesting parallel to this is like Xbox, right? And so Xbox has created 2 new consoles that they kind of don't care if you actually buy. Like, don't get me wrong, they want to move consoles, but they're not pushing exclusives, and they're not pushing the idea of having the new console as exclusivity to try to get that FOMO. They are instead really focusing on things like xCloud, cloud gaming, the Game Pass, and cross compatibility, right? So they're really trying to like be consumer focused. And I think that Disney is doing brand damage to their consumer loyalty by, number one, creating a vacuum of news in which their blemishes get elevated. But number two, by being so clearly not for the consumer. Like, none of these decisions are being made for the consumer. We can agree of that, right?
I would say maybe not to this point. I would agree with that. I'll let you finish, but I would actually argue that taking your time with Black Widow could lead to more pro-consumer. But go ahead.
No, I'm interested in that. Like, why do you think that?
I mean, they got so much feedback, both positive and negatively, on Mulan that the best thing for them to do is to absorb it all and make the right decision for Black Widow. I know that ideally, like, pro-consumer would be like, get it out because the people really want to see it. Yep. But they also have to think about themselves too, and the long term of their viability of this type of release and this type of platform. So they gotta understand that the complaints were people, even though I don't understand this complaint at all. Well, yeah. I mostly don't understand this one specific complaint that people were saying, I already have Disney Plus. I don't want to pay more money for a thing. And I think there's a disconnect, because if they had put it on like iTunes or like Google Play, like it's just transferring one to the other. But like you said, that may not be pro-consumer. That may not be what people want anymore. So they got to look back and say, okay, so maybe, you know, if we do charge people, it can't be at the normal price of 30 that we're thinking. So they're trying to be pro-consumer where it's a little bit more cost effective for the viewer. Or they could be deciding, well, maybe now we have to just sort of lump everything together. And if that's the case, Disney Plus is going to go up. Your cost for Disney Plus is probably going to at least double. And is that pro-consumer? It would be a necessary cost. So I would say waiting out for Mulan is probably a good idea, because they're trying to figure out the best way to be pro-consumer for everybody.
Yeah, I just don't understand what you're saying. So you're saying that so I understand waiting to get data to make a better market decision. I understand that. I understand like delaying it because of profitability. I understand all that, but how are any of those pro-consumer?
Well, you're gonna,
like, how does that, like, how are you gonna, even if you're like a spin master, how do you spin that as pro-consumer?
Well, I mean, your concept of pro-consumer is that you are giving, correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, okay, yeah. So please tell me what you think my concept of pro-consumer is. Yeah.
Right. I want to make it clear so that I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
In this case versus Xbox, I know you're always constantly, you know, talking about Xbox.
I like Phil Spencer a lot, dude. I think he's on.
You think? I couldn't tell. So the idea is that the money that you give towards your service is worth the value that you are getting in return. Correct?
Okay, say that again. The money you are,
as a consumer, yes. I am giving you the service. I'm giving you a sum of money. No, it's not, you know, it could be free if it's with ads, but let's just assume with this, I am giving you money.
Yeah.
You are giving me a service. Mm-hmm. It is pro-consumer if the money that I am giving you, I am getting that equal amount that I feel back is equal to what I am paying. Does that make sense?
I think, no, I understand what you're saying, but that's like more of like a value-based sort of thing. Like when I say pro-consumer, it's more of a public relations thing. So, you know, profitability and really like just market capitalism in general is not necessarily pro-consumer, right? It is an equilibrium though. So you try to strike an equilibrium between the cost associated to a thing and the value associated to a thing. And the perfect thing is that people make a purchase and they feel validated in that purchase. They want to tell other people about their purchase. They think that the product or service that they've received is not only worth the money they paid, but in the asymmetrical sense, what's best is that the consumer feels as though they got like asymmetrically more value than they paid for. I think that's actually a really good strategy. But when I say pro-consumer, what I'm talking about is the consumer needs to feel like the company gives a shit about them. So like in your example where you said that people were upset about having to buy something on Disney Plus, even though they're paying a subscription fee, right? That move doesn't feel pro-consumer. Do you know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that it's I understand the economics of it, but in the public relations sense, like that doesn't really matter. It matters how the public views it.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. I'm on the same page with you on that one. But the only way to combat that is if you want to, let's talk Disney Plus specifically about being pro-consumer. Under your idea of being pro-consumer, it's basically any new releases they come out with needs to go on Disney Plus as the platform as part of your subscription base, correct?
No,
that would be pro-consumer.
No. You're making all these jumps in logic and all this. What I'm telling you is this: what Disney needs to do is literally just come out and be like, look, we're in a fucking pandy. We're getting fucked. You guys are getting fucked. We're not going to make the money we would have, but here's Black Widow anyways. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like, oh, well, now in order to be pro-consumer, we're going to do this for the rest of time. What I'm talking about is being aware that you're in the situation that you're in, being honest that you're in the situation that you're in, and making the right move for the consumer, not the right move for the shareholder.
Okay. Let me ask this though. Wouldn't the right move for Xbox was to not delay Halo?
Yeah, but the right move for the consumer was to delay Halo. That you're making my point for me, yeah.
No, but that's not pro-consumer. That's not pro-consumer. Pro-consumer
yes,
would
it
have been. How is that any different than Black Widow? You're
whoa,
saying that they
whoa.
should.
How is it any different than Black Widow? By the way, this is why I missed you. Thank you for this. Thank you so much. How is it different? I mean, okay, so first of all, it's Black Widow's been done, dude. Black Widow's ready. It's been fucking ready, dog. It's been ready. Halo Infinite was not. It's not ready. It's not ready. So the opposite of a pro-consumer move would be like, fuck it, they're going to buy it anyways, and we need to sell consoles, so fuck that. We're putting out Infinite. I don't care if it's $70 worth of shit. These people are going to take a bite, and they're going to like it. We're going to sell 1 million fucking copies. Ah! No, that would have been not pro-consumer. The pro-consumer move is, hey, guys, we showed you. You complain. We hear you. We're going to take our time and finish this product. That's a pro-consumer move.
You know what's pro-consumer? Being able to provide more MCU, and if you're just releasing shit just to release it, under the guise of like making people pretend to be happy on the internet, then
whoa. So what? I don't understand. I mean, like, I kind of get the vein of the emotional response that you're having, but I don't understand the logic. Like, so you're saying that, like, if they release Black Widow and don't make the money that they could make, that's going to endanger the MCU? And therefore, that is not pro-consumer. That's kind of your point, right?
If you create a precedence of this, I mean, look, dude, you know that like things aren't going to get better for like at least 2 more years. You know that, right?
I mean, I feel that way. I don't know that, but I agree that I feel that way.
Right. So what you're saying is that Disney needs to not worry about the longevity of their equity. No, it's not short term. That's long term. That's equity. That's long term. They're trying to assure a long term business success versus short term a slight happiness for this month when that movie comes out, and people will find something else to complain about next month. So
I mean, that's a super jaded view of people. I mean, like, I get it, but like, I just totally disagree, right? So here's the thing. I think a lot, and this is actually like this is a big thing, because I think a lot of corporations in general have been chasing short-term profitability like for almost their entire existence. They think quarterly and they think in terms of yearly, right? And you know this, right? They think quarterly and they think yearly. And by the way, the only reason they even do that is because that's how the taxes work. If the taxes worked every 2 years, you'd have longer quarters and longer fiscal years. Point is this. If Pepsi and Frito-Lay makes a new type of soda, okay? And the soda is fantastic. It's fan-fucking-tastic. Everybody loves it. Coke drinkers switch. Diet drinkers go back. It's healthy, supposedly, and it's great tasting. And everybody rushes into it. But 2 years later, 40% of the people that drink that soda die of diabetes. Okay? They have just made a decision driven by short-term profitability that literally killed off the customer base that they could have. And so if you think about the profit made in the 2-year period, as opposed to having 40% of your customer base still alive and consuming regularly on a yearly basis, whatever number, you've actually lost money in the long term, right? And so with regards to Black Widow, I see like a similar kind of thing where if they hold back in this time, and it is what it is, man. Like none of the people that I see talking about this, by the way, are talking about the consumer. They're always talking about Disney. So like when I see Jeremy Conrad retweet things and tweet things and stuff like that, he is saying like, what, you just expect Marvel to like do this, this, and this and like lose money and all this shit? And like, I understand that, but like as this wedge gets driven between the consumer and Disney, and they understand that they are merely holding this content back because of profitability, that will turn some people off. And in the long term, you could do damage to your brand over time that I think is more significant than the potential damage done by, putting this movie out in a time and in a space where it's not going to be as profitable as it would have been, assuming we will go back to a world in which that kind of profitability exists. The other side of this, and I know I'm rambling, so I'll let you get a word in. I apologize. The other side of this is we might never go back to that world. That world of prior profitability might never exist again. Okay, and so if you're not willing to get in the game of getting the peanuts because you're waiting for the hot dog business to open back up again, and the hot dog business never comes back, a whole bunch of motherfuckers just figured out the peanut business, and you're fucked. Does that make sense?
Yes, 100%. I 100% understand what you're saying. I think it's tough though, because you're talking about a company like Disney and many other companies that are very large and very big, like Disney, literally changing their business model, like tenfold. Yeah. And that's so much easier said than done, though.
Of course.
You know,
understood. Yep.
So look, I get it, man. I look, yeah. Is it better to create products that will get you that may not be the home run, but could get you doubles and triples the whole time? Sure, absolutely. I think it sucks though, because they're stuck in a place that they still have a lot of material and films and television stuff that are from the old world. Yeah. And you could talk about this all the time. Interest rates they don't stop.
Yeah, they're artificially negative and shit right now for a lot of different things. But with regards to these big loans, yeah, they're not stopping. Yeah.
So it's almost like with Black Widow, I understand the idea to go pro consumer. I get what you're saying. I don't disagree that pro consumer, especially nowadays, can drive brand loyalty. It can drive eventual higher profit. I think it's just they're in a real shitty position right now, because the model that these movies that they have, I don't think works for that.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I understand what you're saying. Can I double down a little bit and explain why I think it's even deeper than that they need to do this?
Only if it has to do with aliens, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh man, we could talk aliens. I'd love to talk aliens. Here's why I think it's all the more important, because in all the like models and things that we've been talking about, like I think that we both see what each other is saying, and I think we just have. I think what it really comes down to is I'm more of a brand guy, really, I think, right? And you're more of maybe like a hard analytics, like data-driven guy, maybe, right? In some ways. But here's why I think this is actually even deeper. It's not just that there's this wedge being driven because of being like holding content back. Disney is actually in a world of trouble from a public relations standpoint. And so it's bigger than just the profitability model for movies going forward. It has to do with the brand and the significance of the brand and the draw to the brand moving into the next 10 years. And so I think Disney is at a precipice where the move for them is to come out and say, we're done with the China stuff. We're done. And that will hurt profitability in the short term, right? We're done with some of the other shady things that we've been accused of. We are putting, actual human rights at the forefront. We are putting the consumer at the forefront. We have, like many other companies, we have done things in the sake of profits that weren't all that great. And so we are today in 2020 making a shift to be more to going back to being more family oriented, to being pro-consumer. And by the way, here's the cherry on top: Black Widow, boom, for everybody on Disney Plus. I'd argue that if you gave away Black Widow, meaning just put it on Disney Plus for no additional cost, which I know, like, your butthole probably just tightened up, and I get it, but I think that is a move that could get them earned positive media at scale that they wouldn't have to pay for. So, like, this is one of my favorite things to talk about with finances is all you have to do is take the loss as marketing. A lot of people, like, if you have a budget, it's just like math, as everybody's like memeing in chat, right? So you just move the loss that you will take from Black Widow, you move that over to your marketing budget, and then you can kind of make it look better in the numbers. But I would argue that if you did that, it would pay off in the long term way more than their current strategy.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I think that I think that your concept on the earned, I don't know what the longevity of that would be, if I'm being honest, especially nowadays where things get so churned out so quickly and opinions change on the dime. I do agree, though, that I do believe that Disney will move towards that idea of, look, all this, they've gotten so much backlash lately on a lot of stuff. I think for them, Mulan certainly changed everything as far as the PR perception goes, as far as what to expect for money. Like that Mulan was made for China, and it blew up in their faces.
Yeah.
Right. So it's going to be super interesting. I do agree, though, that they do need to do that. I think they will do it. I don't think they're as in dire straits as you think they are. But I do think that at some point they will be if things don't, go down a different direction. I don't know, man. I don't think they can ever put Black Widow just on Disney Plus. There's no way.
Well, the shareholders would fight it tooth and nail. I agree with that, and they're technically within their rights to do so. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But I would argue that long-term thinking and going pro-consumer now and like making that the Disney brand. Like, think about it right now. Like, what's the brand? And Lavis, I see you, baby. I'm gonna get there. Okay, I see you. So what is the brand currently for Disney? I mean, like, let's just think about it, right? Like, right now, they have this stink on them. And Star Wars didn't help. Like, in some ways, a lot of people, our base is kind of split on this, but overall, I think the majority of people feel that Disney bought Star Wars only to be profitable. They wanted to own George Lucas's IP and just make money from it. That's the brand. What is the Mulan thing? Oh, well, they clearly don't actually give a fuck about human rights. They care way more about profitability. They're doing all of this stuff just to chase trends. And they wanted to do this thing to appease the Chinese audience. Again, super bad look because of the Uyghurs and some of the stuff that's coming to light. So right now, their brand is literally a heartless puppeteering of capitalism in a lot of ways. That is what their brand is right now, And in a world where consumers we talked about this on Sunday, where consumers are getting more and more power, I think the move is to go pro-consumer. I think the move is, especially because you could put an asterisk by it and, like, no bank, no foreign investment. Like, no, everybody will understand if you did something wild like this in 2020. I mean, for God's sakes, Tenet is losing Warner Brothers a shit ton of money, right? But they could have used that to actually help their branding or to push HBO Max, et cetera, et cetera. Nobody's looking for the silver lining and thinking creatively. It seems like everybody is just like, please, God, let it go back to the way that it was. Please, God, let's go back to 2019. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest. I really don't know. And you know what's really going to probably drive that decision as well for the future, if Wonder Woman sticks to their Christmas release date and actually goes in theaters.
I think that Christmas date's great for Wonder Woman.
Well, I mean, it's great if people go to the movie theater.
I'll try to get my family to go. So, yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though, right? Like, I'll be honest. I think
how much of the
if there's a movie that ever needed to go on a streaming service for it's Wonder Woman to go on HBO Max. Like, come on, like for real, like the amount of distance behind HBO Max is right now. They need a big catch up real quick.
So I want to address Lavis's super chat here, and then there's something else I want to talk about. But he says here, if they're smart, they'll release stuff. They'll release more stuff on Disney Plus because right now they got nothing to entice people with there. Feels special. That's $15 today. And believe it or not, I actually want to talk about the $15 thing. So let's talk about this, Adam. Why did Lavis spend $15 on our little mini stream here, our little mini thing? Like what was the value? We're talking about value, right? So why did he do this? Why does he feel justified in doing this?
You know, it's funny. Devin, I don't know if you caught Devin Nash's stream yesterday.
No, I didn't. I'll check it out if you send it to me. Yeah.
He the big conversation was more about the new adpocalypse going on at Twitch right now.
Yeah,
but no, they're really not. He's like, he's very pro for it. He gave very good arguments for it. But anyway, that's not the thing. But one part of the topic he was talking about is the idea that consumers will give you money and as much money as they physically possibly can, based on how connected they feel to that brand or to that streamer or whatever, and they are willing to give their money and give their time if they feel that what the entertainment value that they're getting back is worth the money that they're doing. So
yes.
Lavis giving you $15, Lavis is saying, in essence, not out loud, but in essence saying, Josh, today my time watching you and to keep your content moving along is worth $15 to me. So
exactly
what you're saying is that a lot of these big brands and these big companies like HBO Max and Disney Plus and Apple TV and the list goes on, that right now consumers are not saying what you're giving me back is worth my money, and they're finding it in alternate ways like YouTube, like Twitch, like Facebook. Well, I don't know what Facebook does over there, but yeah.
No, totally, dude. I think the only thing I would add to that is that, like, Lavis loves this brand and this company. And I mean, like, he's technically a part of it, right? So he's an EP, he's involved on the back end and stuff like that. But, like, he was locked in kind of before that. And I think the thing is, like, people understand that when they super chat us, it's not just to, like, get your shit read or whatever, but they legitimately know that, especially because of how fucked YouTube is with the ads, that they're helping us. They're helping to keep this content going. That's a very different situation from, and I'm not saying it's totally fair, but perception becomes reality in these situations, right? So I'm not saying it's totally fair, but the perception of the Black Widow thing is, y'all motherfuckers got this movie ready to go. You also made billions last year. You've also all got 5 cars and 6 Lacasas. So I'm not helping you stay afloat. I'm not helping you create this shit. I'm not.
No, yeah, I see that, and you've been saying that a lot lately. I can't go down that road with you. That, like, it's only the executives in the world that will be profiting from any of this stuff. I mean, dude, it's such a massive company that it's
a lot of people
it
a lot
trickles
of
down like to everybody in that company.
I agree with you. I'm speaking more to the perception of it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the reality.
I mean, I don't know how large of a percentage of people actually feel that way. I know you do, or at least that you believe that.
I believe it's a majority
large.
perception. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that I believe that, but neither of us have data to back that up. So that's more gut feeling on both our ends.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd love to see some polling on that, actually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
how
so
do
would
people view these companies?
Definitely.
Because my feeling, and this isn't like based on like an ass pool, like my feeling is that Disney is a major, like a big corporation, and I feel like the perception out there is it's not just created by them holding Black Widow. It's a number of different things, but like what they did with Star Wars, what they did with Mulan, et cetera, et cetera. Like, just go on down the line. Like, I think that, like, hey man, I've been seeing a lot of pro Disney people turn. I've been seeing it everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, they're turning. And maybe it was the Mulan thing. Some of them, it was Daisy Ridley coming out. Some of it was John Boyega coming out. You know what I mean? Like, they've getting hit, dude. They're getting fucking hit and hit and hit. And so it's not just that I feel like people are like, oh, we don't have Black Widow. It's all those rich Hollywood people's problems. No, dude. I think there's a serious thing happening right now where people are becoming disillusioned to Hollywood, to studios, to this uber level of control and profitability that is not even really that satisfying. Like, I've made the joke several times, and I know there's a super chat that I missed. I will go back and get it, but I've made the joke several times. But like, I think the thing that Disney didn't realize was it is literally more enjoyable, more entertaining, and more valuable to the consumer to talk shit on Mulan all weekend than it is to actually watch Mulan. And I don't know if they understand that. I don't know if they get it, but they in part created it. You know what I mean?
To a sense, I don't think that's the majority, but yes, I get it. I get there's a large pocket of people who believe that, or like would spend the weekend doing that. Yeah, no, I hear you. I understand. Yeah. And the idea is that it used to be that was a small percentage, but it's grown, which goes along with your idea of brands not being pro-consumer. Yeah, I hear you. I get your points. I don't know that I agree that it's as majority as you think, but I'm totally open to having my mind changed if there was only like data. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I get you. I get you.
What an awesome thing for us to like dissect if we actually.
You sound a little bit like the anti-Ray Fisher people. They're like, I need to know. I know. I'm just playing with you. Let me address Anthony Jones here. He says, for $5, if you could only choose one person, who do you think will be the new leader of the Avengers in the movies? Look, this is kind of a painful choice, but I want T'Challa or Doctor Strange, and I lean towards T'Challa. What do you think, Adam? If you could choose one person, go ahead.
I would actually lean Doctor Strange for me.
Cool. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. He's my favorite. He's next up in line now that Tony's gone.
Yeah, for sure. It's tough, man. Tough with Tony gone, and then with Chadwick's passing and all that. You know what I mean? It's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll go a little bit longer here. Anybody got any questions? You could drop some questions in for myself or for Adam. You're okay to hang for just a little bit more, dude?
Yeah, man. You got me for about 5 more minutes.
Cool. 5 more minutes before he's got to get back to the daddy daycare.
Right. Oh my God, it's terrible.
Let's see here. Kendall Davis, thank you so much for the love. If pro sports can take the hit and give us sports, these Hollywood companies can do the same. All of them, not just Disney. I agree. And that's actually an interesting point because the sports teams, like the thing that I found that was really interesting about the bubble and the NBA players and the
not the same. It's not the same.
Well, yeah, it's obviously not the same. But like my point is, those owners are taking major hits, dude. Like,
yeah, they are, but they're still making money. They're still making money. It's not.
They're
exactly...
making like 10% of what they made the year prior.
No, it's not that low.
I would say it could be even lower. No home games, no gates. Whatever chunk they get of advertising is diminished because ads are diminished, as you know.
Yeah, for some sports. Football.
We're
still.
talking specifically about basketball. So yeah.
Well, because he said pro sports. I thought we were talking all sports, but yeah, no, I agree with you on basketball for sure. Football is actually still holding on pretty strong, which I don't think any of us really is too surprised about that. The Americans, they love their football. I certainly do. But it's different, right? Because it seems like they're just sort of taking the hit and like giving us sports, but there is still money coming on the back end, even if it's smaller.
Right.
You just
they're doing
out,
it for the longevity of their
but they're still recouping some money. If you put out Black Widow for free, that's not recouping any money. That's why it's not exactly the same.
That's fair.
You know?
Yeah, totally fair. Anthony Jones is coming in again. Says The Devil All the Time just got released on Netflix, starring Batman and Spider-Man. Early reviews are pretty good. Are you guys gonna watch it? Anthony, I watched it last night. Did you watch it, Adam?
No, not yet. Is it good?
Are you gonna hang out tomorrow with the watch party a little?
Oh, is that the watch party tomorrow?
Yeah, watch party's watching it tomorrow.
Great.
Yeah, Bosch's
Awesome.
gonna take everybody through it. Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Bro,
Yeah,
it is like I was watching that movie and just like my reaction was like, if let's just say if I had kids,
yeah,
and we were watching that movie, I turned it off. It's
that
brutal,
bad, huh?
Dude. It's
brutal,
bro.
Yikes. All right, so
Yeah.
put the kids to bed. Got it.
Yeah, And then Kevin, thank you so much for the love, says, you see the new rap article about Fisher? I saw that Umberto posted about it, but I haven't actually read the article. I imagine, in fact, here, let's do a little experiment. You want to do an experiment here?
What, your Umberto Gonzalez bingo card?
So to speak, yeah, dude. So to speak. Oh man, yeah. No, I assume.
What keywords do we got on your board here?
Okay, so I assume he's gonna talk about how they're gonna make it about the strat for the Hollywood mouthpieces is to make it seem like Ray is just disgruntled because he's not getting roles in the future and shit. So like they're gonna make it. They're probably gonna try to spin it like they're going to try to bring up little details that explain that Ray Fisher wanted more rewrites and they said no, or Ray Fisher didn't have a big enough role in this movie and they said no, and they're going to bring up that. So I don't know. I haven't read the article, but I assume that's what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't read it either. So I usually wait for your videos. If I'm being honest, I don't follow it. I don't read every article. So I thoroughly enjoy getting your videos so I can be updated when big things happen.
Dude, yeah, no, I appreciate that. I mean, honestly, I did miss talking to you too here. So, Will Morgan says, hey, look, Josh, I have given you a hard time, but I love your heart. Don't think it changes reality like saying that I don't want any more negative poly ads. They'll never go away because they work. Yeah, 100%. Look, I really am in a pretty good place with all of this, and I really appreciate the love and support that we've been getting. And I think, too, by the way, did you watch The Social Dilemma, Adam?
No, I actually started it last night, but I had to stop. But I am going to finish it before the end of the weekend.
Cool. Yeah, I'd love to talk to you about it.
I'm very interested to see it. Yeah. I definitely want to. I know it's like right up your alley, so I want to like watch it and talk about it with you.
Oh man, it's so crazy. Do you remember months ago when I talked about the race to the bottom of the brainstem?
Yes.
I was talking about Tristan.
Like,
I was talking about Tristan Harris. I've been talking about Tristan Harris for like almost all of 2020, and then it's just so crazy that the doc comes out and that the doc is blowing up the way that it was. And shout out to Boschti too, man. Boschti's not only just incredible at what she does, which is made all the more difficult because of the content I make. But she also is just a great human being, man. And she was, she reminded me last night to check out the Q&A that released, which was really cool. So thank you, Boschti, for that. And I watched the Q&A. But the point I wanted to make is that I know this seems like a really fucking Josh condescending douchebag thing to say, but I have actually felt recently, after watching the docs and just really having something solidified for me, I'm actually way more understanding and forgiving of the negativity that we get and of our role in receiving it because we talk about negative things. It's like, I understand the whole thing. Yeah, we've got to do some inflammatory stuff to get your attention because at the end of the day, social media companies broke your brain and you only respond to shit like that. I wish it was different. You probably wish it was different. But y'all motherfuckers are going to talk about it, complain, bitch, and moan, but still click. So at the end of the day, like, I'm at peace with that. I'm also at peace with all the people that get fired up in the comments or come at us hard on Twitter or this, that, second, and the third. And in some ways, like, the documentary and the social dilemma itself has just made me understand that, like, yeah, this is just a sea of people with broken brains. It's really not their fault. It's also not our fault. Like, I would love to thrive under different business models and algorithm models, but I don't have that control. I have to play the game that YouTube has established. Do you know what I mean? And so, like, in a lot of ways, I've been super duper at peace lately, and we're putting out all sorts of fire content and all sorts of stuff that's freaking people out, pissing people off, making people angry. And honestly, I don't care. I love this community, and I want to listen to this community and talk to this community. I think it's super cathartic what we do here on the streams. But at the end of the day, like, I just really, I at the same time couldn't care less and also completely understand. Does that make sense?
I feel you, Josh. I feel you.
Is what it is, brother. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Stormy says, I just bought Avengers. When are we going to play, Josh? I don't know. I am thinking about getting that PS5 for real, for real.
I don't think you can. Isn't it all sold out?
It's all sold out. What was up with that? What do you think? Yeah, talk to me about that.
I don't know, but did you see Xbox tweet this morning throwing shade at Sony?
No, but I'm going to check it out. That sounds awesome. They wished them good luck on their thing yesterday, though. Like, they were like, good luck, you know?
They were basically like, hold on, I want to bring it up real quick. Pre-order September 22nd, worldwide launch, 36 countries, November 10th, hype 9,000. In parentheses, don't worry, we'll let you know the exact time pre-order start for you soon.
Nice, dude. Zing. Yeah, and you know what's crazy is I was legit gonna get a PS5, dude. I was legit gonna do it, and you're telling me literally I fucking can't? Is that what you're telling me, Sony?
For those that don't know, Sony basically just like surprise dropped pre-orders, and like people went into a frenzy, like trying to pre-order, and a ton of people went and pre-ordered it, and they're probably gonna sell it like high price black market. Kind of sucks, but
wow, yeah, the secondary market price is probably going to be ridiculous. It's probably going to be what people thought the console was actually going to cost originally.
Yep, that's why I go PC gaming.
Yeah, no, I'm getting Squadron on Steam for show.
Nice,
for show, dude. Yeah, I'm excited for it too.
All right, I gotta bounce. I gotta send this kid to math, which is scary.
Heard that. Have fun. We'll talk soon. All right.
All right, brother. Talk to you later.
Man. See you. Ah, man, that was nice, huh? That was nice. I miss talking with Adam. It's fun. And we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it in a little bit here, guys. But I don't. You know, if you've got any last minute questions, thoughts, anything you want to talk about, please feel free to drop them in. Drop it in. Drop it in. Drop it in. Drop it in. I can't wait for After Dark tonight. Is it 9 p.m. yet? Is it 9 p.m. yet? I need to know. I need to know. You know what? Fuck it. Meet me in the basement. Whew! Kind of musty down here. Ah, yeah. That good shit's going on. What's going on, Bob? Bob, give me a status update. Status update on the thing that we're not going to talk about. All right, cool. Look, Nerdvengers, I want to let you guys know, okay? This Saturday, noon o'clock, be there. We're going to talk about our strategy for if Mickey actually comes back to the tower. You can see some of the stuff that we've got in. We're working on it. We're putting the pieces together, and I want to further explain what the strat is. You have probably until midweek next week to get the videos in that we talked about. And if you're like, what the fuck is he talking about? Dude, you got to come to the Nerdvenger streams. If you're a member, noon, Saturday, we always stream for the Nerdvengers exclusively. I talk about things that I don't talk about on the show. There are things that the Brokevengers have no idea about, but you know. So I'm going to need you to come by Saturday at noon, we're going to be discussing the strategy for if Mickey comes back. Keep doing what you're doing, Bob. Right on. Woo! It's going to be good. It's going to be real good, I tell you. Raised by Wolves tonight. Oh, I can't wait. Are they doing 2 episodes again? Heard great things about Eternals. Can't wait. I can't wait, dude. Eternals is going to be dope. Eternals is going to be fucking dope. What are you doing around 2 p.m., Josh? I was going to go live when we're playing Among Us. I'd love to, brother, but I got to knock out some vids, man. After this, I got to knock out some vids. After this, I got to knock out some videos. Oh, Jareth says, could Black Widow be put on Disney Plus for 15 and other PVOD 30? I think like 25. As weird as it seems, I literally think 25 is the number. And it's only a $5 reduction. But I think 25 is the number. I think 30 is just a little too much. And what I literally mean a little too much. Give me some Tims and I'll stomp Mickey out. Heard that, man. Heard that. Heard that. Meet me in the basement. Throws mic down a stairwell. I know. It did kind of sound like that, too. The lapel mic is, like, really sensitive today. I don't know. 2 episodes of Raised by Wolves. Woo! Let's go! And is the boys today or is that tomorrow? The new boys. Right on, Danny. Right on. Tomorrow for boys? Tomorrow? Okay, cool. Cool. Sounds good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to call it there. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for checking out the stream. If you're watching it live, watching on the replay, we love you here. We love you here. Seriously. Thank you, guys. Cool stuff happening. All right, guys. I'm going to call it. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.